Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. There is this nazm by Dr. Lama Muhammad Iqbal, Jibreel-o-Iblees from Bal-e-Jibril-147. I'm trying to, talk about this nazm from many days. Actually, I'm trying to record this, and I am struggling. I must accept that. And the summary of this nazm, I have made another video which I will attach to this. But I'm struggling with the understanding, okay? And so I have something in my mind now, and I like to share. Basically, there is this dialogue between Gabriel, Jibreel-o-Islam, and Satan, Shaitan regime. So it's a beautiful dialogue, but it's from a villain's perspective. So Shaitan is the villain, villain-e-azam. So it's from his point of view. But Iqbal is trying to convey a point here, okay? So Iqbal is not, so I have seen people taking it to a philosophical level that, oh, there is a big picture, there is a creator, there is a evil, there is a Satan, and they both are fighting against each other at all levels, at every instant. And then you may develop like a if you go through the arguments, you may develop like a soft corner for even for Satan, and so wallahu alam. But then this idea that there is creator and there is Satan and they are like fighting against each other, it cannot be correct. There is no, you cannot equate him to, he's nothing, so we cannot equate him to the creator. So in my opinion, so we should not have a soft corner. That's the first point. And in my opinion, Iqbal is basically through his, from his point of view. So Iqbal is giving us a very strong message here, okay? And that message is that we must take Satan as our enemy. The way Allah Ta'ala tells us in Quran that he is enemy of humanity, and we must take him as our enemy all the time, okay? So he is our enemy number one, okay? So what Iqbal is trying here, that the quality that Shaitan has, okay, it's not that he's given enough time that he can, and then he can play with our he has some control on us. He does not have any control on us. It's just that it's just that he can flash some images in front of us, and we, the conscious beings, we consciously follow those images, and then we fall into this trap, okay? It's not that. The quality of his is that he is a deceiver. That's his main quality, and he is expert in this, okay? And his reach, so in this nazm, he is trying to deceive even Gabriel, Jibreel-o-Islam, so he is making tall claims and big claims, in front of him, so that he's trying to deceive him. So he tried to deceive prophets, peace be upon all of them. And then he promised that he will deceive all of us. So basically Iqbal is kind of warning us that look at the arguments that he can come up with, and then he will try to deceive us, okay? That's what his main trick is, and that's his strength is, and that's his promises. And so we must be aware of this fact, okay? We should not be afraid or worried or something, He cannot take over us. He cannot take over our souls, our minds, our actions, or anything. He can only come up with those arguments in our mind, and then he can flash some images in front of us, and we follow those thoughts and ideas and images, and that's when we can. And if we are not man of action, then there's a possibility that we can fall into his trap, and then that trap never ends. It's just it keeps going. So what's my understanding is, and I think that's what Iqbal wants to convey, that this is not a philosophical discussion. No fight between God and the Satan. He's not able to fight, okay? He's nothing. He's not worthy of that. You cannot equate him to creator, okay? Now he's just a creature, and then his abilities are that he is a deceiver, and he has no control on us, and he can only flash images, and that we human beings must take him as our enemy, okay, all the time, okay? No soft corner for him. So Jibreel starts, Hamdame Dirina kaisa hai jahane rangaboo. So Jibreel asks from Saturn that, oh my old companion, how is this Jahan-e-Rangobu, the matters dimension? So, you have some control over there, not real control, but you are given some freedom by the Creator. You have time on your hand, and you can play with minds of people, slightly. You can flash images, and they can follow you, so you have some kind of control in this matters dimension. So tell me about, like, how is it going there in that dimension? So Iblis replies, Sozo sazo dardo dao justiju arzu. So he says that it's perfect, everything is going perfectly according to my plan. So he thinks, and so there is sorrow, and that sorrow has a music in it, okay, and I like that music. There is pain, and that pain leaves stain on human souls, and I enjoy seeing those stains, on human souls. And just the Juo Arzu, and then there is struggle in this dimension, and struggle to fulfill desires, so whatever comes in people's mind, they try their best, they struggle to fulfill that, and I enjoy it. I enjoy them struggling. So it's a perfect movie that I'm watching, and I'm liking it. So Jibreel then says, हर घड़ी अफलाक पे रहती है तेरी गुफ्तगू, क्या नहीं मुमकिन कि तेरा चाके दामन हो रफू. So Gabriel says that, we still talk about you. We know that he was expelled from the heavens, and so he was given this some freedom. So Jibreel says that, so we talk about you. So don't you, can you make up for that missed opportunity? Don't you think about, like, coming back, and so do you think about, like, making up for that missed opportunity? So Iblis says, Ah e Jibreel, tu waqif nahi is raaz se, kar gaya sarmast mujhko toot kar mera sabut. Iblis replies that, Jibreel, you cannot understand this, but the moment I said no to the command of Creator, okay, so Allah Ta'ala, He ordered all, the creation to bow, before Adam, alayhi salam, insan, and but he was the only one to say no. And so he says that, when I said no, and right at the face of Creator, so only I had this courage and this audacity to say no to Creator, okay. So this courage of mine has given me, given me something, it has, you can't experience that, you can't have that, because you don't have that courage, okay. And so ab yahan meri guzar mumkin nahi kis qadar khamosh hai ye aalam bekaho. So your dimension where you live in, it's all quiet, there is no action, and I don't want to, there is no chance that I'm gonna, I'll attempt to even make up for that missed opportunity. I'm not gonna come back. That alam, your alam is really dull. There's nothing going on. There's no action in your dimension. जिसकी नौमीदी से हो सोजे दरूने कायनात, उसके हक में तकना तू अच्छा है या ला तकना तू. So then Saturn tries to convince, Jibreel alayhi salam, Jibreel, that listen, there is this guy, and he is, you can call him desperate, so he's that kind of character, the desperate character, but his desperation, keeps his pot boiling, okay. So for that person, who has his pot boiling all the time, so for that person, do you want to tell him that, okay, don't be desperate, okay? That's not good for him, because his desperation, it's keeping his pot boiling. So for him, it's not a wise, advice to say that, don't be desperate, so let him be, what he's doing. So basically he's trying to, you know, convince Jibreel that I'm kind of, you know, enjoying it, so I'm not planning to come back to that dimension. So Jibreel then again says, खो दिए इनकार से तूने मकामात बुलंद चश्मे यज़दा में फरिश्तों की रही क्या आबरू. So again, Gabriel tries to convince him that, you know, you lost, you know, you had an opportunity, you could have, you know, achieved to another state, a higher state, but, you know, you lost that. And no, even, you know, we angels, I mean, you know, we also, when you feel ashamed about, you know, what you did, okay? Now we have human beings, and human beings are, you know, they have this potential in them that they can surpass us, you know, so, you know, they can achieve to a state where even we can't reach, okay? Our wings will burn if we try to attempt to reach to that. So they have this potential, they can reach to it. So Iblis says, है मेरी जुर्रत से मुश्ते खाक में ज़ौक़े नमूद मेरे फितने जामाए अक्लो खिरत का तारुबू. So Iblis replies that, you know, this the man that you're talking about and the potential that you're talking about, that he can achieve, you know, wonders for himself, it's me, it's my courage that has given this potential, you know. So this man is simply a handful of dirt, okay? So this handful of dirt, you know, it grows, okay, and it can achieve to all those heights that you're talking about, but it's my courage, you know. I confront him, you know, all the time, and that gives him this, you know, motivation, you know, to achieve something better. So yeah, so I have mere fitne jame eklo khirat ka tarabu, yeah. So this web that, you know, the akal, intellect and mind, you know, it creates a web, it builds a web. So I am that, you know, I provide that silk, okay, that, you know, with which the akal and khirat, they build this beautiful web. देखता है तू फकत साहिल से रज़्म खैर शर. So you are just watching a movie from outside, okay? कौन तूफान के तमांचे खा रहा है मैं कि तू. So I am in the line of fire, okay? You are not experiencing it, so you don't know about it, you know. I am the one right in the middle, you know. I am in the action part, so I understand better. And then he starts, you know, claiming big things. Khizr bhi bedastopa, Ilyas bhi bedastopa, mere tufan yam bayam darya badariya jubaju. So then he says that, you know, the prophets even, you know, very most pious people from the history, so even they were not safe, you know, from my you know, I had misguided them, you know, I was able to deceive them. So, you know, so who else can escape, you know? So I am the authority, I am running this, directing this movie. Gar kabhi khalwat muyassar ho to pooch Allah se kissa Adam ko rangi kar gaya kiska lahu. So if you get a chance, you know, get into the to this the room where Creator sits, and then, you know, I mean, you don't have courage to ask in, you know, in front of all of others, so you just, you know, sneak into his room and then just ask him that who is actually directing this movie, okay? You know, so this show that humanity is playing, human beings are playing on this earth, so who is giving, you know, the direction, okay, the thrill and, you know, all that. So who is giving direction to this movie? मैं खटकता हूँ दिले यज़दा में कांटे की तरह. I am the one doing this, okay? I am running this show, and you can see that. Read your religious text, and you can see that Creator will be talking about me all the time. So I am, you can say, you know, the way we say on his nerves, you know. So I am the one, you know. So you know, so he's always thinking about me, and I am the one giving him, you know, this Kante ki tarah. I mean, he thinks about me. Tu fakat Allahu, 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 and you are just, you know, chanting, you know. So you are nothing more than that. So you can't really enjoy, or you can't really understand or feel this, you know, the power that I have. So basically that's kind of summary from this Nazm. And now please go back and you know, my thoughts, you know, that I shared at the start of the video. Please watch them again, and then come up with your, you know, comments if you have any points that you want to add. I think we must understand this all, and we should come to a, like a, you know, a conclusion, and then of course we should work on that, you know, inshallah.